Civil society organizations opposing government's plan to relocate Dimapur Deputy Commissioner office stages a mass citizens rally, submits reminder to Deputy Commissioner. The Naga Students Federation on Monday informs that all forms of democratic agitation against the state government over the issue of the Nagaland Staff Selection Board have been called off. NPCC President Kheri corners BJP over Lakhimpur Kheri incident. Says if people want to save the country, they should not vote for BJP in the coming elections. Peg District Gayatri Damaged Victim Association informs it would begin the second phase of its agitation from October 6 if the government of India fails to respond before the Kohima bench of the Guwahati High Court by October 5. Deputy Commissioner of Kohima cautions public against carrying out any developmental activities and illegal constructions within the right of way of the ongoing four-lane project in Kohima district. Such developments or structures would be evicted or demolished without prior information. Hello and welcome to Nltv. You are watching English Primetime. I'm Chipen Kung. Now let's have a look at the story in details. Civil society organizations core committee against the shifting of Deputy Commissioner's office Dimapur to Chumukirima called for a mass citizens rally on October 5. The rally began from City Tower Junction on Tuesday morning and marched to Deputy Commissioner office where the DUCCF-led protesters submitted a reminder to the government via TC of Dimapur. Civil society organizations also informed that they would go for a hunger strike later if there is no positive response from today's memorandum submitted to the Deputy Commissioner.
CSO's mass citizen rally against shifting of DC office. CSOs reaffirmed the ultimatum submitted to CM Rio. Rally held from City Tower Junction till DC office. Mass participation observed in rally held. Reminders submitted to government through Dimapur DC. As announced couple of days back, the civil society organizations today carried out a mass rally to mark protest against the decision of shifting DC office to Chumukidima. On Tuesday mornings, various civil society organizations gathered at City Tower area and marched towards DC office. The mass rally proceeded to the DC office from via Holy Cross Junction, and on reaching the DC office, a memorandum was submitted to the DC. Thereafter, the DC assured that he will submit the memorandum to the government.
It was last ultimatum अपने कान दिया भी government के forward करी से और आज ये इतिया इटू अपने कान इटू representation एक दिया भी इतिया पाइक ना से इटू भी हम कान आज इटू government के for further perusal आज हम कान इटू forward करीबो इटू ऐसे मिला सेट पूरा. Thank you.
Civil society organizations further stated that if there is no positive response from the government, again they will hold a meeting and take another step of action.
Agitation to jai thakibo peaceful. Itubra yetila saman ektabi na hatabo lage. Jodi hataise gole to ami khan public to tadi to government opportunity biya pai jabo.
It was observed that there was a good turnout of people who were against the decision of the shifting of DC office Dimapur. People from various sections of Dimapur came together, starting from the student unions to non-Naga citizens of the district. Many expressed their dissent over the issue.
Aji ami khan ite hato ami khan sob bhai kokai khan ite joma hato itu Dimapur DC court to shifting hona lage kele iman sal ba thagi ase plus ami khan chumutu jaise gole ami khan student body khan beshi problem pabole ase
kele ami khan support kora to matlab sob Dimapuran karne bhal karne ami khan support kori ase na, not a particular tribe.
Manu khan bi beshi comfortable nai na tate jabole aro ini ami khan public karone bi yate usorte thakai pala ase etu bra ini etu support koribo hoina aha ase.
The civil society organizations also informed that they will go for a hunger strike later if there is no response from today's memorandum submitted to the DC. They were also hoping for an amicable resolution to the same.
And we pray that things will turn out positively. And in good faith, all the leaders that are leading us, there will be a positive reply from the government. So that is our hope, and I believe that our aspirations will be fulfilled by the government.
Now, it will be interesting to see whether the government will listen to the demands that have placed before them by Dimapur civil societies, or they will stand firm on their decision on relocating the office to Chumukidima. With video journalist Choha Chingling Form, Bendang Suneb Jamer and Khalil Chandbeni Kikon Aram Achumi and Kumrido Nungdi's report for Nagaland TV.
আমি আগে গৰিগিনা ফাইট কৰি দিব আৰু ডিমাপুৰিয়ান গাৰ্ডনি ফাইট কৰি দিব গৰিগিনা কৈ দিয়া আছে
All unitedly stand together to fight for our rights.
रेवेन्यू जुरिसडिक्शन नाথাকে কিনা নন কেৰেষ্টুৱেল একটাৰে ভটা বুলি তো একবাৰ ভাবি চালি ভাল আছে নেকি গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট বে
The Naga Students Federation on Monday informed that all forms of democratic agitation against the state government over the issue of the Nagaland Staff Selection Board have been called off as the state has complied with the demands of the federation. In total, NSF President Kekwayon Teb and General Secretary Subuning Pilo said the federation has been pressing the government for implementation of the NSSP to promote meritocracy in the recruitment process to various groups post in the administration. The Personnel and Administrative Reforms Department publicly notified that the NSSB regulations 2020 would come into force from July 31st last year. The student leaders said keeping in mind the urgency of the matter and taking forward the plight of the aspirants, a reminder was made to the State Chief Secretary for early implementation of the NSSP. Chief Minister Nipiorio ensured the call of the Naga youth and students by ensuring that positive steps towards the earliest implementation of the NSSP were initiated. It also appealed to the government to expedite the process and ensure that examinations under the purview of NSSP are held within this calendar year. In a press statement on 5th October held at Tourist Lodge in Dimapur, Kheri, Nagaland Pradesh Congress Committee President appraised that not only state but the nation as a whole should condemn the behavior of BJP about the Lakhimpur Kheri incident, that it was pitiful and violent. Union Minister Ajay Mishra and his son Ashish reigned over the protesters, killing 9 people. However, there were still no action taken against the accused. Kheri also mentioned that the BJP has no feelings and concern for the people, and also stated that if people want to save the country, they should not vote for BJP in the coming elections.
First of all, I have called to appraise not only the state but the nation that the behavior of the government of the day, BJP, I think the way they have behaved in the Lakhimpur Kheri, the incident, which is willful, violent, and is condemnable by each and every, and bringing to a death end of 8 lives. This is willful intent, arrogant, and his father, Minister of State, is desperately trying to protect his son, trying to cover his son, saying that his son is not available in the Senate. BJP can cover up anything. They do so, but they have taken life. I think it is every citizen's duty to react and condemn. I can't imagine this type of government anymore. They don't have a feeling for the people. They're worse than animals. Animals have feelings. But this BJP government is dead wood. We have been talking about price hike. We have been talking about religion divide. We have been talking about cultural, custom, caste divisions. We have been talking about economic failures, industry failures. This is what we can see. We human, we have affection for each other, but BJP doesn't have.
Kohima District Planning and Development Board during the district's monthly DP meeting held on Monday under the chairmanship of DB Chairman and Advisor for Technical Education and Election, Mero Yoka forwarded the recommendation of upgradation of Tsiminu subdivision to Tsiminu District to the state government for consideration. Advisor for VNAH and Women Resources Arking and ADC Tsiminu, W. Manpipom NCS also highlighted the aspiration of the Ringma community on the demand for upgradation of Tsiminu subdivision to that of a district, and further submitted key data records of the subdivision at the meeting. MLA Nakro also stressed on the need for upgradation of Public Health Center Sechosupsa to a community health center as it is located on the national highway, where medical services with more facilities can be provided in times of emergencies and also for people in that area. Meanwhile, Kohima TC and Vice Chairman of DPDB, Gregory Tejawile, also remained in the village adoption committees to initiate and activate the plan process for the adoption activities by the next DPDB meeting. With the oncoming of the harvest season, Chief Minister Nipio Rio took to Twitter to wish Happy Tokum to the Khamnungan community. He wished the Almighty to bless the people with bountiful harvest. He gave his best wishes for their well-being and prosperity. He also took to Twitter to wish Yemshi to the butchery community as they are also looking forward to a good harvesting season. He prayed for prosperity and goodwill among the people. Nagaland Under-19 on Monday qualified for the knockout round of the Vino Mankat Trophy at Mekon Stadium, Ranchi. According to reports, Nagaland beat Arunachal by 7 wickets in a rain-interrupted match. Meanwhile, Nagaland chased down 154 targets set by Arunachal Pradesh, while Raja took 4 wickets. Odilemba and Nizeko took 2 wickets each. Furthermore, with this win, they will play Uttar Pradesh Elite Group A top 2 team in Ahmedabad on 11th October. Minister for Health and Family Welfare S. Pangnupom visited the construction sites of Chief Medical Officer's Office Building, New District Hospital Dimapur Building, Chumukedima Hospital and CIHSR on Monday. According to the reports, the minister inspected the construction sites and evaluated the progress of the construction. Reportedly, the new district hospital will be 200-bedded and an additional 50-bedded building construction is also underway. According to sources, the 50-bedded will be completed by December 2021. Furthermore, CMO's office building will soon begin and will be completed within 22 months. The Road Ministry on Monday said it has launched a scheme for Good Samaritans, under which a cash award of Rs 5,000 will be given to those who save the life of a road accident victim by rushing him or her to hospital within the golden hour of the mishap. In a letter to the Principal and Transport Secretaries of all states and union territories, the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways North said the scheme would be effective from October 15, 2021 till March 31, 2026 to motivate the general public to help the road accident victims in an emergency situation. Besides awards in each case, the ministry said there would be 10 national level awards for the most worthy Good Samaritans. Echoed Nagaland on Monday lauded the Southern Angami Public Organization's decision to relinquish taxes on local products at the Pisama Gate in the interest of the public from October 1. According to reports, a resolution regarding the same was adopted recently by the governing body of the 13 villagers under Sapo in Jakama village. According to a press release, Echoed stated that Sapo has come out in support for the anti-taxation movement and the people and the government policies on taxation restrictions. Furthermore, Echoed extended its appreciation towards Sapo and said that such exemplary and magnanimous resolution with definite action plans should be followed by Nagas everywhere. Two advocates have written a letter to the Supreme Court demanding the investigation of Lakhimpur Kheri incident. The two advocates stated that investigation should be conducted in a time-bound manner under the supervision of the top court. The two lawyers in their letter have sought direction from the Ministry of Home Affairs and Police to register an FIR and punish the ministers involved in the incident where 8 people lost their lives. Advocates Shiv Kumar Tripathi and C.S. Panda said that the serious killing of farmers is incumbent upon this court to intervene in the matter and treat the letter as PIL. The Chakisang Students' Union is set to hold their third Assembly meeting 2020 to 2022 at Fuzero Government College Auditorium Hall, Fuzero Town on October 16 at 11 a.m. CSU Speaker Kemde Kudu Goza, through a press release, said that all units and subordinate bodies are informed to send 2 members each to take part in the Assembly. He further informed that any units seeking to place an agenda for discussion during the Assembly have been directed to put forward their agenda in their respective units' official letterhead. Nagaland Police Narcotics Cell on Sunday busted one of the biggest gold smuggling rackets in the country. The gold that has been seized reportedly weighs approximately 48.4 kilograms and worth approximately 22 crores 78 lakhs 46,620 rupees. The interstate narcotic checkpoint at Kusama, Kohima intercepted an SUV 300 on the Kohima-Imphal National Highway, whereby they recovered the smuggled gold. Furthermore, 2 persons from Uttar Pradesh arrested in this connection. Investigation to be jointly carried out with police from other states.
This press conference is specifically arranged to cover certain seizures that has been done last night by the narcotics check gate at Kusama. The details of these seizures are available with you. I hope all of you have the press notes. The factual details are covered in those in that press note. The primary seizure that has been done yesterday by the narcotics check gate Kusama is of approximately 48.14 kg of gold, having approximate value of 22.78 crores, and are having 290 bars. These were recovered from a vehicle which is mentioned in your press note, and the vehicle was, as per the preliminary knowledge that we have, preliminary information that is with us, was coming from Manipur, and it was intercepted and checked at narcotic check gate Kuzama. This is
The Directorate of School Education organized a program called Consultative Meeting with all the Tribal Literature Board on Strengthening Literature in the State was held at Murang Conference Hall those on Tuesday. The main agenda of the program was to improve literature and language in the state and to upgrade all the 18 languages. It was also stated that without the help of the Literature Board, they cannot take the tribe, culture and language forward.
Today, our main agenda is to improve the literature, the language in our state. We have a lot of hiccups in developing the language. So we have 18 languages section here, language. So to develop, to upgrade all the languages, we have called a consultative meeting to strengthen the system, and so that no one is left behind, so that everyone is taken on the board in order to develop their own language, in order to improve and give a standard textbook for all the category of students, especially from primary level to the high secondary level. So that is the main agenda.
Yeah, our problem is we want to let government approve for the study of class 9 and 10 in the mother tongue studies for all the 13 literature groups, which were not being approved by government till now. We are fighting for that since very long time, and certain of the high schools in our area has been read up to class 8 in the year 2012. And in the year 2013, they were supposed to study class 9 of their mother tongues. But
a memorandum of understanding has been signed between the Nagaland Department of School Education and Naga8. Naga8 is a leading digital education provider. This step has been taken to develop a digital delivery model for schools across the state. A press release from Naga8 informed that the MOU was signed by Principal Director of School Education Shanavas C and co-founder of Naga8 Shiroi Lili Shaiza. In the release, it was stated that both parties will develop strategies to effectively provide digital education services to the students, teachers and institutes in Nagaland. Naga8 will also be providing consulting, research and advisory services to the department in order to develop the digital delivery model of the state. The seizure of an IED recovered outside the National People's Party office on Monday has seemingly forced an uneasy quiet among officials and ministers in Meghalaya. Despite repeated attempts, Shillong City Superintendent of Police Vivek Siam, East Khasi Hills Superintendent of Police Sylvester Nongtanger, Meghalaya Home Minister Lakmen Rimpui and Chief Minister Conrad Sangma decided to steer clear from commenting on the alleged security breach. The Chief Minister, however, said the government will only comment once the police submit their report on the incident. The IED was recovered Monday around 3:30 p.m. inside an abandoned blue bag kept in front of the office of the National People's Party at Lachumiri locality of Shillong. Security officials and the bomb detection and disposal squad were soon rushed to the spot, although normalcy returned soon after the bomb was defused. Questions are now being asked on the security arrangements in the state. Meanwhile, no official statement on the quantity of the IED recovered from the area has been issued yet. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will take oath in the Legislative Assembly on Thursday after her win in the recently held Bhabanipur by-poll. Mamata Banerjee on Sunday reclaimed the Bhawanipur Assembly seat by winning with a huge margin record of over 58,000 votes against BJP contender Priyanka Tibrewal. The Bhawanipur bypoll was important as Mamata Banerjee, after her defeat in Nandigram, who had to become a member of the state legislature by November 5 to be able to continue as the Chief Minister of West Bengal. The bypoll in Bhawanipur was called following the resignation of TMC party leader Shobhandev Chattopadhyay, who stepped down to make way for her. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Chani on Monday said that he, along with the state's ministers, met Governor Banwari Lal Purohit and gave him the memorandum to repeal the 3 farm laws. Chani, along with his cabinet colleagues, submitted a memorandum on vital farmers' issues to Punjab Governor Banwari Lal Purohit at Raj Bhawan and reiterated the need to urgently review and repeal the 3 farm laws, which have caused resentment amongst farmers. As per the Chief Minister's office, Chani made a statement saying that he condemned the unfortunate incident that happened in Lakhimpur Kheri and that guilty should be arrested. As many as 8 people were killed on Sunday in Lakhimpur Kheri following violence that broke out after a car hit protesting farmers. Conducting back-to-back mega vaccination drives in Tamil Nadu, Health Minister Subramaniam on Tuesday said that the state government has targeted to achieve 70 to 75% inoculation of the population with the first dose by the end of this month. This will be the 5th mega vaccination drive, the latest being concluded on October 3. The Health Ministry announced that there is another mega vaccination drive on October 10, in which there will be 30,000 camps, and the government is expecting to inoculate at least 33 lakh people on that same day. Petrol and diesel prices have been hiked across the metros once again on Tuesday. After a hiatus of a day in the national capital, petrol price has been increased by 25 paisa from rupees 102.39 per litre to rupees 102.64 per litre, and diesel has become dearer by 30 paisa from rupees 90.77 per litre to rupees 91.07 per litre. According to Indian Oil Corporation IOC in Mumbai, fuel rates continue to be the highest among the metro cities. Petrol is priced at rupees 108.67 per litre and diesel is at 98.80 per litre. Tokyo Olympics bronze medalist Lakhimpur Kheri has been handed direct qualification for the upcoming Women's World Boxing Championships by the Indian Federation, which has decided that the remaining squad will be made up of gold winners from the upcoming nationals. The national championship will be held in Hisar from October 21, and just like the recently concluded men's event, the champions will make the cut for the world's squad. The Boxing Federation of India stated that the gold medalists in each weight category will represent India in the AIBA Women's World Championship, except 69 kgs, as Tokyo Olympics bronze medalist Lakhimpur Kheri will see direct qualification for the World Championships. The 24-year-old is now set to skip the national tournament after securing a place in the squad based on her performance at Tokyo Olympics. The Women's World Championship is to be held in December in Istanbul, and the exact dates for the competition are yet to be decided. Recruitment process for 2,056 vacancies for State Bank of India for the post of probationary officer has been released. The application process begins from October 5 and will remain open till October 25. The ASBI aims to hold the online preliminary exam in month of November-December 2021. However, no set dates have been notified yet. A total of 2,056 posts will be filled through the recruitment process, while 200 seats are reserved for candidates candidates belonging to the economically weaker section of the society. Furthermore, applicant must have a graduation level degree to be able to apply and must be at least 21 years old to be eligible to apply, while the age is capped at 30 years. Prime Minister of Australia Scott Morrison on Tuesday said international tourists will not be allowed back to Australia until next year. According to reports, only skilled migrants and students will be allowed. Meanwhile, Australia was expected to reach the vaccination benchmark on Tuesday, at which the country could begin to open up 80% of the population aged 16 and older persons having a second shot. Furthermore, Prime Minister Morrison outlined plans to allow vaccinated citizens and permanent residents to fly overseas from November for the first time after tough travel ban took effect in March 2020. Covaxin, India's indigenously developed vaccine against coronavirus disease COVID-19, has so far not received the much-coveted emergency use approval from the World Health Organization, but is likely to do so soon. An expert panel of the global health body is meeting on Tuesday to decide on, among other things also to be discussed, is Bharat Biotech's COVID-19 vaccine Covaxin getting the emergency use listing EUL authorization. The Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization, SAGE, will be conducting a meeting on Tuesday regarding the EUL to Covaxin. The 2021 Nobel Prize for Physics has been awarded to Suguru Manabe, Klaus Hasselmann and Giorgio Parisi for their groundbreaking contributions on understanding complex physical systems. The Nobel Committee said that this year's Physics Nobel Prize awardees has recognized new methods to describe complex systems and predicting their long-term behavior. Suguru Manabe and Klaus Hasselmann were jointly awarded for the physical modeling of Earth's climate, quantifying variability and reliable prediction of global warming. Giorgio Parisi was rewarded the other half for discovery of interplay disorder and fluctuations in physical systems from atomic to planetary scales. The prestigious award was accompanied with a gold medal as 10 million Swedish kronor, a request left by prize creator, Swedish inventor Alfred Nobel, who died in 1895. Russia on Tuesday launched an actor and a film director into space to make a feature film in orbit. According to reports, actor Yulia Beresild and director Klim Shipenko blasted off in a Russian Soyuz spacecraft together with cosmonaut Anton Shikalplerov at 1:55 p.m. on Tuesday. According to reports, Beresild and Klimenko are off to film segments of a new movie called Challenge. Furthermore, Russia's space chief determined it as a chance to raise the prestige of Russia's space program. And that's all we have for now. For more news and updated information, keep watching Nagaland TV.